In this video, I'm going to explain how you can get an awesome description for your book, a description that will help your book sell like hotcakes on Amazon. So let's get started. Howdy ladies and gentlemen, this is Alexo. Welcome to another great and amazing video like always. And if you still haven't liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, go right below and do that so you can receive more of this type of videos on a weekly basis where I share with you a lot of tips related to self-publishing and several ways for you to make money online. So let's get the ball rolling. And if you still haven't checked my course, my newest course, which is called Self-Publishing Money Machine, which will help you make your first $1,000 on Kindle publishing and scale your business month after month, you should check it out. I'm going to leave a link to my course right below. Just click on it so you can get more information. Anyway, let's talk about how you can get a book description for your Kindle books. Okay, this is the way that I do it. Of course, if you want, you can always write your own book description. I don't recommend for you to do that, even though I know that some people out there tell you to write your own book description. And the problem about that is you need to have some copywriting skills. I have some and I still don't write them. I just prefer to leave it to someone who basically does that for a living. They just write book descriptions and other sales pages and so on, so they are proficient when it comes to copywriting, and I just prefer to leave it to someone who knows what the heck they are doing. Okay, and I still have some skills when it comes to that, but I just prefer to leave it to someone else who is more specialized, and I recommend for you to do it, especially if you're a beginner, and I don't recommend for you to do that. So, and when it comes to this, I use Fiverr. Okay, sometimes what you can do also, and you can try it, is if you get your books from a ghostwriter company, often they provide you also a description. If you ask them to provide a description for your book, they provide one. But what I've noticed is they get, usually the person who writes your book is the one also who writes the description for your book. And the problem about that, and what I've noticed, is they are writers, they aren't proficient at copywriting. And if you don't know what copywriting is, it's basically the art of writing content that sells, okay? That makes a product sell, enticing content that gets people to get, in this case, a book from you, okay? And what writers typically do is they make a revision of your book. So they kind of just make a brief explanation about the content of your book. That is not a good book description. The reason why that is not a book description is people they kind of don't want a revision of your book. They want to get an idea of the benefits that they will have once they get your book, okay? What it will solve, what kind of problems that your book will solve once they purchase your book. So it's completely different when it comes to just a review of your book. A description should entice people to purchase your book. It should trigger their emotions, and it's completely different than just some lines reviewing your book. Okay, when it comes to this, I already said I use Fiverr, and it's pretty simple, the strategy that I use, and I explained this throughout my course, and I also explained through other things throughout my course. But the way I do this is I just go over here to Fiverr and I write Kindle description, okay? And this is actually asking me to log in, but I don't want to do that at the moment. And you can see that you have several gigs, okay? These are different people that will write a description for a price. And what I recommend for you to do initially is for you to get at least 2 different people to write a description for your book. The reason why you want to do this, and this is for the same book, okay? It's not for separated books. You want 2 people writing a description for the same book. The reason why you want to do this is you want to compare both and see which person writes the best description for your book. Okay, so once you get the description, you kind of should read the description that you receive and ask yourself, okay, which description would get me to purchase my book? And based on that, you choose the best description. And from there on, you start using that person for your newest books. Okay, so initially you spend a bit more money to get someone who is proficient at writing a good book description, but later on it's just cheaper because you don't need to do this again, and you continuously use the same person. So what you can do is you could, for example, choose this one and this person and just go over here to their gig you want to read to get a better idea. This guy has pretty good rating, and you can see 692, which is pretty good rating, 5-star rating. So this must be an awesome person to get a description for your book. Okay, and you can see that you can choose different ones. I usually probably would go, let's see, maximum 200 words. Actually, one thing I don't like much about this person is the description seems kind of short. I usually get a description that is a bit lengthier, but what you can do is contact this seller and ask if this person can do a description with about 300 words or something like that. Okay, you just contact this person. Sometimes they may just take just an extra price, okay, and they do that for you. So what you want to do is you want to continue over here, and then you will get something where it will ask just some basic information about your book. What you will need to do is you are going to grab your book and you are going to copy all of the content until the middle of your book. You are going to copy that content, paste it to a new document, and then export as a PDF. So you can do this in Microsoft Word. I personally use WPS Office, okay, for this. And then what you want to do is just send that PDF to the person who is, in this case, this person is going to write your book description. And the reason you need to do this is so this person knows the information that your book is about, so they can write a good description. Okay, so I would go with this person, and I would actually contact this person asking if they would do a lengthier description, about 300 words. 400 words is typically what I try to go for. And then I would go to this other one, which also has a pretty good rating, 5-star rating. So this must be also someone who is pretty good at writing book descriptions. You can see different services over here, and you can see that in fact this person has the standard option. I would choose the standard option over here with 300 words, as you can see, and I probably would go for this one over here. And it doesn't take long until they actually deliver your description. 3 days, 4 days to get a description done. Okay, so this is what I would do, and this is how I get descriptions for my book. Okay, I get from someone who knows what they are doing. And in the past, I did in fact write the descriptions for my book, but nowadays I just prefer to get someone who is proficient at doing this. The same thing with book covers. Okay, I used to also design the book covers. Okay, my book covers, I mean, and I still design about 20 something book covers. I still design plenty of book covers, and those books still sold pretty well. I even had a few books that were bestsellers with my covers. But something I just stopped doing all of this work, including the description, including the book design, because first it's way too time consuming. For example, sometimes I would take like a whole day just to, or at least a whole afternoon to design a cover for my book. And nowadays I just don't have time for that because I have other things that I need to do when it comes to my business. online. And the other thing is, I just prefer to get someone who is proficient at doing great cover designs, because these people do the cover designs their whole day. This is their job, so they simply will do that job a lot better than I do and you do and so on. So I just prefer to get someone who is proficient at this. So this is the way that I get my book descriptions for my newest books. Initially I get 2 different people, or sometimes even 3 different people. Based on descriptions that I receive from those 2-3 people, I choose the best one for my book, and then I continuously use the same person for my next books. Okay, and that is all for this video. Make sure to check Self-Publishing Money Machine. I'm going to leave a link right below on the description of this video, so you can just click on it and check more information about my course. Also leave a like, and if you have any questions related to this video about self-publishing, just leave it on the comment section right below. That is all for now. Stay tuned with Jordan Alexo, and bye.